Radio RICO going down. It's a lot of rumblings. Money laundering. There was a Spotify raid in Turkey. Funk Flex working with them people. Those are the rumors. He helped get DJ Enough fired. Drake put the lawsuit out, which I think it helped. Well, it didn't help the label. It's helping expose some things, but I don't necessarily think he is the catalyst. I think it was going on before him. But I wanted to know if y'all cared about this. When it comes to consuming music, was this something that is pressing for the consumer? Does it really matter? UMG is valued at $46 billion. Nothing is going to happen to UMG. They gonna find a fall guy. Rory was sitting on the Rory and Maul podcast, and he's been giving breadcrumbs, and he explained the money laundering scheme. So what is happening is the radio station is charging labels for spins at an inflated rate. Labels are setting aside promotional budgets to pay for these spins and then writing these budgets off as a business expense so that they don't have to pay taxes on it. And then the money is funneled back to the radio station as profit through the spins, which generate revenue through, being on charts and the tours and stuff like that. So the radio is playing with free money. And the FCC, is that the FCC? The FCC is cracking down on these fuck niggas.
They got a free money card?
Yes, the labels have a free money card. And so a lot of people are talking about it, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't necessarily think it matters that much as far as a consumer and listening to music and how we view it. I think it's a big topic now because of the Spotify bot crackdown and all of that shit, but it's not going to affect us. But I want to know how y'all felt about this shit. Go ahead, Rel. Then we got Memphis.
Man, it just sound like white people, man. White people been finding ways to get free money, free labor for a long time. They just, what's the word? Updating it. I can't think of the word I'm looking for right now. They just modernizing it. They just modernizing it, man. They just doing their thing, man. They doing what they've been doing for centuries. They gonna keep getting that.
You went out, Rel. Go ahead,
I
Memphis.
thought that was me.
We complained about the music industry and the way that it's turned and how things are so microwaved and how everyone isn't making money and da 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 da. We complained about that for years now. And now y'all just want to say, oh, well, it's just white people being white people. Which one is it? I'm so confused. Y'all be double speaking so much. It is the stupidest shit in the world. Absolutely lock their asses up because it's their fault. Their music is a state that the music is in a state that it is in. Lock all of their asses the fuck up.
Go ahead, Scully.
You got a double-sided view on this shit, Rashad. You said that as a consumer, this doesn't really matter. But earlier you was talking about the artist that's really good at rapping, just going out there and being really good at rapping. This is proof that no matter if you're really good or not, somebody with something else over you can do something to place themselves in the listener's view more than you can. If I'm paying for spins, then that really good artist ain't getting the same placement on the radio as me because he's not paying for the spins. This is an injustice to people in the music industry. This is why your favorite artist can't go on tour because he can't prove that he gets certain spins on the radio and he can't go on tour because of that. This is why those really good rappers can't come out with another album because the first one didn't take off like it was supposed to be because somebody cut a check so that little hoopty-hoo can get more spins on the radio than actual good music.
So I've said continuously that if there's no comparison independent artist to an artist that's signed, right? And so if you outside looking in, you fucked anyway, right? Because there's so much red tape even if we ain't even talking about payola. It's so many relationships that you have to build. It's so much networking done. It's a lot of shit. So if you're on the outside looking in, I'm not talking about you anyway. I'm talking about the niggas who are in the game. And as far as sign, I think that is a equal playing field. And when I talk about pull yourself up from your bootstraps in that aspect, I'm talking about the niggas that are signed, right? Or the niggas that are trying to get to that level of being signed. But for as far as the consumer, when it comes to this radio RICO, what does it have to do with us as far as
You're
listening
being
to music?
programmed.
I was say
You're
the
being
programming.
programmed. You're being
We
programmed.
always been
If
programmed.
I mean, payola has always been the thing. You are correct, but I think at this rate, it's happening at a higher level because who the fuck is listening to the radio anyway? So for the folks that are listening to the radio, let's just bump some bullshit in their ears all day because son cut me a check to do so. You're being programmed at a higher clip. People that don't want to go out there and spend money to get Apple Music, or they don't want to use Spotify, or people that just don't have the means to do it because they broken. They got issues with their phone. They listen to the radio on their commutes, and they're being programmed with what they want
Scully,
you to hear.
UMG is valued at $46 billion.
Why
Well,
does why
yes,
does
they
this
playing with a lot of
why is
money. They
this
gonna do what's listening.
why is this bad though? What make it bad? I'm trying to understand.
Well, it's bad from bad from what view?
Like I'm saying, like it's a RICO, so fuck them crackers. So for me, so I'm saying like change my mind. Like why should I be like, yeah, they should go to jail? I'm not understanding. I never understood the payola thing, meaning like labels pay record labels. I always wonder like how else would they make money? Because the radio free. So how do they make
Well,
money
it's
if the
a
label?
RICO because the record labels are writing off these promotional budgets as business expenses, and then
They are.
the money is coming back to them as a profit through streaming, through publishing, through touring, through brand deals. So you're setting aside ridiculous amounts of money that you don't have to pay taxes on, but then getting that money back in profit. So that's why it's a RICO. That's why they want niggas to go to jail.
Oh, it ain't because they paid. It ain't because they paying
Well,
the
yeah,
radio. It's because
paying is a federal crime as well, but niggas been
why?
paying from the
Let me
beginning.
look that up.
Now we talking about money laundering. And so that's why it's just like, we about to get some folks, but when you playing with billions of dollars, they just gonna find a nigga to take the L and keep it moving. What they gonna do? Shut UMG gonna crumble? Sony, Warner's gonna fucking crumble? No. It's not how it works. Like
They're gonna take a
somebody gonna be the
page.
fall guy.
They're gonna take a page out of Shohei Otani's book. Hey, my man right here, he can go sit down
My
for
man
10
did that
years.
shit.
My man can sit down for 10 years and we gonna take care of him, but he gonna sit down.
Yeah, but I do think it is interesting because they do want to tie Drake to it, in which I don't think he's the catalyst for it. I do think that he played a part in the lawsuit as far as trying to figure out what's going on. Maul tried to say that, oh, you believe the red button now? It's like, nigga, shut up. Maul's so annoying. I'm not gonna lie.
I think Drake's part in this is the fact that he gets a portion of everybody's streams. If they're doing the same thing with the radio, the same thing is being done with these streaming companies. And if what we've heard about how Drake's get a piece of every artist's streams, then that's the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think Drake cares about radio, honestly. I do think that,
You're not listening.
no, I get what you're saying because he's getting a part of the streams. Spotify and UMG signed a deal in 2022 or something. So they are in cahoots at a lot of different levels. So when it comes to the payola, we've seen the Spotify crackdown because I think Spotify is very scared. But if he does get a percentage of people's streams, why would you want people
I
to stop buying?
I just looked it up, man. So payola ain't nothing but they just paying for artists that they not disclosing. So
Yeah, and
if
that's
they
always been done.
yeah, so but I'm saying is so all payola is the record label creating the fake effect of a nigga being popping. That's
Yes.
what niggas. That's what
Yes.
pay. Yeah, like it's just
But
that. What
the radio inherently makes money through ads.
Right.
and distribution, like being syndicated in different areas.
Right.
That's how
Right.
the
Right.
radio makes money.
No, no,
The
no. I'm saying the reason why this whole shit is illegal is because the government wants to tax that money and them niggas is getting by on the bread.
yes, that's exactly it. When the labels are paying them the money, the way they're writing it off, they're not getting the government is not getting the taxes from it. That is exactly it.
So yeah, fuck that Rico. I hope they win it.
You hope who win it?
UMG.
Hold on, I thought
He's
you
saying the
said fuck the
radio.
white folks. You just started this off by saying fuck the white folks.
He's
No, I'm talking
he's.
about the
I
niggas. I'm
hope the
saying
Jewish man win.
no. I hope the defendant win.
Why?
Mm.
Cause there's a point, like this an act from 1934. They just want them niggas. They just want extra paper, bro. The government. I'm so sick of the motherfucking government and these motherfucking fake ass taxes that they created, bro. Cause that's like, bro, I hate Ricos. They so stupid, bro. Like they could just collectivize and say, hey, y'all conglomerize and did this, that, and the third, and make it a conspiracy theory. Just like nigga, just say you want them niggas
But
bread, bro. Just
hold on,
say, hey,
wait. But
you
you radio is
Yeah,
using their medium. The airwaves is
but
radio is
federal. This is
using it.
my
No.
shit. And so if you want to use my shit, then I need to get my cut. What we talking about?
No, no, the radio is using the medium that they have. It's monitored by the FCC. That's a division they created. Most of what I'm saying is, in my older age, I'm becoming more lawless. I'm starting to understand. Oh yeah, bro, I'm starting to understand what the was talking about because most of this shit is just a fake ass thing that they created, and then they like, oh yeah, you adhere to it, but really all it is just you could have just called us and said, hey, y'all got to pay us $3 billion.
yeah, but I wonder. That was my question. It wouldn't if they not gonna get their money, they lock them all up. So why not just hit them and be like, yeah, you owe, pay up.
Right, bro. Like, just right, bro. Like, why we be doing all this, and now we got to do this whole charade and get this fake act of justice, and y'all going through the system to protect us. How you protecting us? Radio free.
Because we don't know how they don't know, not we, I ain't listen, I don't work for the police. They don't know how much
I don't
money
know. You just said that we real strong.
Freudian slip, yeah.
they don't know how long they've been doing it and how much money has been made. Because a record label, in a sense, can literally say, you know what? I'ma set $10 billion to the side and I'ma write this off as promotional budget, business expense. And then I'm gonna
And
get
as a nigga
$15
that
million
know that,
back with no taxes paid? Are you crazy?
as a nigga that know that Elon Musk and also Jeff Bezos have paid almost zero taxes since 2018, why do I give a fuck?
Hey, if you can find a loophole, you can find a loophole. But these
Right,
niggas
but
ain't
that's what
using no
I'm saying.
loophole.
Right. No, no, no. They're not using a loophole because the government is saying they're not using a loophole. The loophole was created by them same niggas. I'm just saying, when you think back on it, like is this shit really amoral? Cause that's what law's supposed to be about, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, bro, like cause all you said, a loophole, they exploiting the loophole. That's something the IRS created after the IRS got created, et cetera, et cetera. They exploit that
You
loophole.
saying why they gotta go around the fuck shit anyway? It was fuck shit
Right,
from jump.
yeah, essentially, because it's like, bro, what this you saying it's not a loophole because the government not getting their money because they didn't say you couldn't do it. They just want you to disclose it so they can know what they gonna tax on. Like, who gives a fuck?
Mm, that's a slippery slope, no?
No, nigga, enough of that. First off, it has a slippery slope where I just told you niggas that made way more billions than them niggas never paid no taxes.
It's a slippery slope because essentially it's, if you don't want to pay taxes, you don't have to.
No, no, no. Right, right. Well, first off, we shouldn't have to pay taxes in the first place. If you can't grasp that concept, then just go look at the Dubai infrastructures and things like that. It's not like we pay taxes on things that we have almost no like we have a socialist system in the fact that we pay taxes collectively to take care of things socially that almost never go to the places that we said they would, and we are upset every year about how they're using the tax funds for military shit, this instead of the third, but we the people are paying the tax. It's a stupid thing for the debate. It's like,
But I don't,
like because like
but
Well,
less
also
regulation not gonna
there's
help
a
that.
difference in finding a legal tax loop that allows you to get away with some shit and then doing shit under the table. There's two different things that you're arguing there in a sense, Rick.
Who makes that rule?
The government.
Right. And do
But
you feel
okay,
that it's
so
actually
but
different?
if Elon and them have not
He's
No,
an
no,
paid
I'm
any
asking
anarchist.
tax,
you. I'm
then
asking you, do you feel that it's
I'm
actually
asking
different?
you. I was going to
No,
ask you a question,
I'm asking
friend.
you, do you think it's Elon Musk worth something like $400 billion right now? And he'd have probably paid $100 million in taxes. Do you think it's a difference in how he avoided $399 billion being taxed versus how a company valued at $47 billion might have used some of their funds?
Yes, there
Yes.
could be. We don't know who fucking is their tax representative. Yes. And if they failed to do it the way the tax law says and instead took some money and slid it under the table to to the radio, then that's illegal.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why that's not understood.
But I feel like with Elon and Bezos, isn't the concept of billionaires and people like that not having to pay so much taxes is because like they give so much, meaning they're employing like damn near 80% of the country any damn way.
No.
No.
So why do they get the breaks? Like, what is the capitalistic? I'm sure some
Because
economists
they
can tell
have
me why they
they
are
have
allowed
contracts with the
breaks.
government and things like that that incentivize them by reducing taxes, etc., to mass produce a product that the government may have an interest in, such as like electric cars or batteries or whatever the fucking
Okay, so they sign deals with you so that we could get the cut off what you selling on the back end and we'll lessen your taxes.
Yeah, and I
exactly.
think that that's
Okay.
totally different from
And how is
using
that different?
it's
Continue.
different because I see the rules in place and I am still following the law to my
No.
advantage
No.
as opposed
What
to
King
I
just
see what's going
described,
on and I'm not going to do that. Fuck that.
what King just described is they basically they disappear your taxes so that you can make a product that they gonna get some money off of, i.e. payola. Because the only thing you're saying is we are disappearing some money to sell a product that you won't get a cut off of. And they're doing the same exact thing because remember, these people aren't getting these taxes. So American citizens aren't getting the benefit of them paying those taxes that they're supposedly needing the funds to fund all these schools, et cetera for.
I don't divvy up the taxes. I don't know. I find it interesting.
Wait, you want to
Hold on,
have a tax debate and
hold on,
not really
wait.
have a tax debate?
I find it interesting that you're saying that UMG shouldn't have to pay taxes because
I didn't
Elon
say
Musk don't
UMG
pay
shouldn't have to pay
taxes.
taxes. I
I
didn't
don't,
say you.
because one,
I never
we
said
not,
that. I never said that. Never
no,
said
your
that once.
example of the, in reasoning on why you just said that you hope the
I
defendants
said I
win
don't.
is
I
because
said that's why
Elon
I
don't pay
don't
it.
care. Right. I said it doesn't matter. It's not an amoral issue of any sort to me because it's not it's really, this is a subjective thing associated with what you look at as infringing upon the laws because you are saying they are infringing upon the laws because they are doing payola. I may look at what they are doing with Elon to be the same exact thing, but the only difference is because they said it's not, then it's not.
Mm,
That does make sense, Rashad.
yeah, I don't think that that is one to one.
They disappeared fucking $400 billion worth of taxes.
Do you, but at the same time,
It's cool
hold,
when they do it, but it's a
but at the
problem when
same
Like
I
what?
time,
do
Like
it.
what are we
you
talking
hold on,
about?
wait. But what I'm talking about is double dipping with UMG because make no mistake, UMG participates and uses those same loopholes legally as well, and so they're double dipping in doing this illegally, and so it's damn near no taxes being paid. So we can talk about loopholes and whether they're right or not, and I understand you, but let's make no mistake that UMG is doing that, and so I'm not paying taxes over here, and I'm not paying taxes over here. That's the
Right.
issue.
And Elon is paying taxes where?
Wherever the legal loophole is, because anybody
Where is he?
who
No. He's paying zero taxes.
anybody from me and you to anybody, if you got a good tax representative, make them earn his money. But when you are doing that on one side and you're double dipping and doing it on the other side, that becomes the problem. Because we can all play the same game of finding somebody who can write this off and allocate here and move money here. We can find
They're
somebody to do
saying it
that.
becomes a
They're
problem.
not
It
doing that
becomes a
for us.
problem for who? Who does it become a problem
Huh?
for? it becomes a problem for who
I
though?
think we looking at it from a situation of this is just one entity, right? It becomes a problem when everybody just wake up one
I
day and say,
just
fuck it.
no, I no, but if this is a victimless crime, who the fuck is the victim? You want me to feel
The
bad for the
victim
government?
is me and you when you riding down the goddamn street and you fuck your tire up running that pothole.
This is why you're not making no
That's
fucking sense,
that's the
because
That's
victim.
if
not
the
true.
no no
That's
no no
not
no
That's
no
the
no
true.
no no
victim.
no no
Because
no
Because
UMG
no
is
the
no
not paying
no
their
no
victim, hold
taxes
on,
no
hold
is
on.
this
not
is
is
Because here's the
not
thing,
why
hold on,
my
one second.
potholes is
Because
still.
the victim is they're making education,
nigga.
the
My
state's
that's my
responsible for
fucking
education.
point, bro.
How do you
You
think they're funding
bro
the education?
I don't
They
understand.
mismanaging the money
I
they got
don't
already. So you're saying if
understand.
the government got more money, we just be straight?
Right, like what I'm saying is I don't understand how you niggas mind work. You're saying 47 billion. They may have excluded on some taxes. That's stopping my roads from getting fixed. But Elon and fucking Jeff Bezos collectively worth damn near $1 trillion and ain't paid no fucking taxes. And you like, but they followed the tax code, so it don't matter. Like, what the fuck are y'all
No, what
talking
I'm
about?
saying is
Do you
anybody,
understand what $1 trillion
And they
is?
probably
what
fucking
I'm
up the roads
saying
too, them
is
fat ass Amazon trucks.
anybody
So
can
they double fucking you.
anybody can find a good tax representative and do those same
Bro,
things. That's what I'm saying.
nigga,
That's what I'm
bro, we're
saying.
talking about, bro.
And if
Bro,
that's
you
what's in
understand?
place, that's what's in
Bro, you
place.
understand? You understand that at a valuation of 47 billion to a motherfucking trillion, they're not even 10% net worth of what has been allowed to pass by without paying taxes. You understand that, right? You understand that the amount on a trillion would be way more than 47 billion. You understand that, right?
You understand that if everybody wake up and say, I'm not doing this shit no more, where we'll be, right? Because that's the slippery
Well,
slope.
right, but the only people paying taxes are the people that are on the lower levels, and it seems that you care, but not in a pragmatic way because it's not applicational when you got to ignore the largest amount of funds.
I'm not saying that I only care about that. I think we can have multiple conversations. I'm saying
Nigga,
that
how do you
on this
care about a
aspect of them
UMG
doing it
lawsuit,
legally, because guess
right?
what? If B or
They're
you
paying, they
do it,
owe
I don't,
more.
Rick, that doesn't, what I'm saying is you can have that conversation of why they don't pay as much taxes as people in lower brackets. That's a
Nigga, what are
separate
you,
conversation of them not paying on the payola and getting
I don't
over.
think it is
That's
a
a separate
separate conversation. I think
conversation.
nigga,
it's the
how
same.
is that a
It's the same
separate
conversation.
conversation? Elon paid 54
That's the
billion for
exact
Twitter.
same conversation.
I don't think I don't think that's the same conversation.
Elon paid 54 billion for Twitter. What you say UMG worth?
46.
Okay, so he paid more just to buy an app than them niggas' whole existence. And they've been around for how many years?
Who, Twitter?
No, UMG.
Oh, I don't know. Long time.
Years.
But
We know. We know this. Like you're talking
no,
about.
but this is what I'm saying. Because in order, right, for Elon or all these niggas to pay the taxes that we deemed necessary, guess what we have to do? Revise the same goddamn tax law that you saying UMG don't have to abide by. So what we talking about?
Right. Right. So then let's do that. Let's care about that. That's what I'm saying. I just don't understand. Like, it's like,
But in your argument, if we revise the tax law, you're still talking about, so what? It's a victimless crime and it's not amoral. So what we talking about?
no. It's a victimless crime that I specifically don't care about at all. I was giving my sentiment and I was telling you why I didn't care about it, because in the grand scheme of things, UMG was playing the same game that the government plays. I gave you the examples. I told you exactly why. It's not like I'm not articulating myself quite well. It's just, it's not, I guess you would consider this a taboo
It's
sentiment.
still a victimless crime because you cannot tell me that the potholes is there because UMG didn't pay the fucking taxes.
That's what,
No,
and
what I'm
that
saying
don't make
is
sense.
all taxes in tax law, there is a trickle down in some aspect. And so in
The
Oh,
order,
trickle down and everything but them funds, man. I don't want to hear that
you
shit.
there
believed
is a trickle down in
you
some
believed in
aspect.
Ronald Reagan. You would have voted for Reagan. Yeah.
Listen, one nigga Scully to
This
already
man
call
is
me a boomer and a Republican. You
Yeah,
saying I
you would
voted
No,
have
for
but
voted
see,
for
Reagan.
that
Reagan.
sentiment
I don't
works
know
if
what the
this
fuck going
Okay,
on.
I see
that
what
sentiment
this
works if
is.
this were 1950 and there weren't piles of unestablished money that were laying around and recorded by organizations that Elon himself brought up. So it's not even an issue of people not paying taxes or inordinate amount of money. It is strictly governance and mismanagement. It has nothing to do with the amount of money people are paying.
That is, I'm not arguing that issue because that mismanagement is something that we have seen. What I'm saying is, in order to have have the funds, right? Because we can get on a budget and figuring out and going and reading the books, but if there's no money at all, it don't matter what the fuck the budget is.
But how
And
am
so,
I
how did
gonna
they get
get?
the money in the first place?
How am I gonna get more taxes
What do
from a
you mean that
$46 billion company than I will from $2 trillion niggas?
What I'm saying, Rick, is at the end of the day, we can revise the tax law, but it don't make no sense to revise this tax law if your sentiments is still it's a victimless crime and fuck the tax law. That's what I'm saying.
I don't
Well,
think
then
he's
you'd have
saying
to prove the
revise it
real victim
to
because you
save
still haven't
that.
shown that.
Who's the victim? He's saying us in the potholes.
Yeah, but
No,
I'm pretty sure we just
that was
established
So
that.
just
Rashad,
that was just an
so
example.
wait, but in your, I don't know what your economic beliefs and stuff are, but do you agree or do you side with the the working class people paying more or paying higher like rates of taxes than like billionaires and millionaires?
No, you talking
Okay,
about
so
percentages?
yeah.
No,
So I don't even know why you have this stance. This is stupid.
because
Like this is so dumb.
because
Why
it,
does Matt?
it
Is it because Drake involved?
no, I don't even think Drake. I think Drake didn't
It's
help,
because Drake
but
involved,
it's
bro.
not because of him. I don't think he helped.
Hey,
I just find it.
he's
No,
definitely in
I'm
the
just
write up.
explaining. I'm explaining why it is a quote unquote RICO and what's going on. And I could see because I think Rick, you asked the question, and I could see why that would be
You
the
thought I
case.
was
If
gonna
you
support a Rico?
no, I'm just saying if niggas out
Do you
here,
know me at all?
I'm not saying that you were. I'm saying if niggas out here that's skirting on billions of dollars on both sides of the aisle, I think that that's something that would be important.
Yeah,
That's
but
all
It
I'm
it's
got
saying.
but
shit
it's
to do
but
with
this
me,
is an
man.
inconsequential case in which there'll be no victims, as we've already
Oh, that's
stated.
all right. I need to do with
UMG
us.
gonna be fined. Maybe a couple of people a couple of people in some high positions gotta resign, but they gonna get a pension, all that good shit, and then the motherfuckers gonna move on and keep on. They've been doing this. This act came out in 1934. Payola has been consistent every year of our life, and we've heard about it our entire life. This like that's why I said to even have like an interest of them seeking it would be like me glorifying the government's passive behavior and bullshit. Because if that's the case, they supposed to be filing a groundbreaking RICO every year, and that's not my opinion. That's according to who the radio station host that done came on air on places like Vlad and straight up told you, yeah, they used to pay for this, they used to pay for that, this and the third. The motherfucking artists that did the same, all of them. Everybody been telling this shit every year. DMX had a problem with the label, and Nicki Minaj got a problem with the label, and all these niggas like what? Like this is like, I
So
mean,
let me
so it's
ask you
like
a
it's like
question.
it's like you happy the government decided to quit bullshitting for once. Like I don't know, like because they bullshit. It's either they bullshitting all them times, and now they give a fuck. Then you gotta ask why. Cause cause it gotta be because of Drake, right? Because they ain't spiral this shit no other time.
I don't think Drake has the power to make the federal government move. I'm not giving him that much credit. What I'm saying is, I think that yes, payola has been happening. But I think in the digital age is where the money laundering comes in. Because when you buying nigga CDs back and you might get some sync spins on the radio, but the money made back to the label is not to the links of what was made, currently. And so when we are talking about tens of billions of dollars, that does raise a red flag. It's kind of like the PPP. Nigga got over on the government for 20 bands. All right, nigga,
Nigga,
all
right?
right,
But you
you
said
got
it
me.
like you
But if you
saying that
got over
raise.
on 1 million, we knocking on your fucking
You
door.
saying
I
they
think that's the
saying
same
right?
sentiment.
You saying that raise an eyebrow, and I'm saying how? As a nigga that know of niggas that owe hundreds of billions in taxes. They ain't paid nothing and won't pay nothing. Remember, when Elon got the beefing with Trump and he was like, you know what? I think I might cut them contracts. You keep on acting like this. Y'all remember when they told you what they be doing. So it's like, nigga, this payola, I'm supposed to care. The government been giving out payola for fucking everything. That's what you saying it is because they bankrolling it back to themselves. Right?
Yeah, the labels.
No, the government. Will they give Elon that tax break for the production
With that
on those
situation, yeah.
joints so he can get extra jobs created, and then those people pay taxes? Who that money going to?
Government.
Right. And
Yeah.
they giving it to him for free, so he not paying the taxes on it. They fake fronting it,
Is that the
so they're creating extra money for the government that way.
is that the luxury of having your own business and corporation?
So you saying the government is a business and a corporation?
The American government?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So if that's the case, and they're a business and a corporation, you're saying I should be happy that they sued another business and a corporation.
I think that